I think the results of the election made it necessary for me to offer some comments about what I know most about. It's helping people deal with experiences that are affecting their happiness and mental well-being by focusing on more productive behaviors and ways of thinking to produce changes in their mood. Well, the results of this election have led to my clients and friends having some serious feelings about the results and what it means for them and how their communities are being emotionally affected. I imagine that they're not the only ones that have feelings about the outcome. I mean, social media and actual media is buzzing with protests and statements about who voted for who, what Trump's going to do, reports of harassment against minority groups, racism, you name it. The results of the election provides the perfect opportunity for people to realize the impact of the way they're thinking and what they're doing on how they're feeling. In order to survive what might happen, it's necessary to learn how to change the way you think and take different actions in order to deal with what's happening. So here's what I mean. If you're upset or afraid or disappointed by the election results, you probably have some thoughts that feed directly into these feelings. If what you experience personally and what you see happening on the internet also fuel these feelings, the problem is that the experience is not making your feelings improve much. In some cases, your feelings are made worse by what you are seeing and experiencing. I want to help you deal with what's going on using scientific strategies. I have a few suggestions, but before I give you those, I need to give you a short background so you'll understand where I'm coming from. So I've talked about how thoughts and feelings and behaviors are interconnected in other videos, but for those who haven't heard the explanation, I'll go through it quickly. This is from the cognitive model developed by psychiatrist Dr. Beck in the early 1960s. The theory is that distorted or dysfunctional thinking influences your mood and your behavior, and any real evaluation or change in your thinking can produce a change in your mood and in your behavior. Your thoughts influence your feelings, which influence your behavior, which also influence your emotions. So the arrows are double-sided, which means that one affects the other and so forth. This also means that if you can change one of them, then you can change the way the entire system interacts. So if you behave in a way that's different from what your thoughts typically lead to, like putting forth more effort at work, or instead of avoiding the girl or guy that you like, talk to them anyway, the end result may produce a change in the way you think about yourself and in the situation. Thoughts, feelings, and behaviors are all important here. The most important things are your thoughts and your behaviors because they're the only things that you can alter to produce a change in the way that you're feeling. Now, how is this important for the election results? Well, many people have thoughts about America. These are some that people have communicated to me. How will things be for the next 4 years? Will they have to leave the country? Will they be assaulted in public? And many more. Some have felt distraught, sad, and angry, and ashamed of America. And others have taken actions like protesting, and on the other end of the spectrum, reacting and retreating into themselves because of how they feel. So how do you think about the results? How do you think the outcome will affect your mental well-being? If the answer to those questions is negative in any way, then what do you believe is the solution? Is there even a solution? Sure there is. I hate to be the one to say it, but in order to make it through, you're going to have to use a different strategy. You might resent what you're being forced to do, but there are things you can do to preserve your mental well-being. So here's the answer. You have to be very intentional about your thoughts and actions in a way that promotes healthy mental well-being. I can't tell you exactly what to do because I don't know you and how you're experiencing the situation. I can tell you what some people are doing and thinking to keep themselves together right now. I can also share with you what I've been recommending. There are some ways people have been changing the way they think about the situation and themselves. These are some of the ways that people have been changing the way they think about the situation and themselves. Some have accepted the belief that America does not have their best interests or care about them. And the way they reconcile this is by dropping the expectation that the government will care about their interests. Instead, they're putting their energy towards making decisions for themselves to promote their own self-interest. If you adopted this kind of thinking, what would it make you do? How would you feel? Here's what some people are doing. People are engaging in better self-care, becoming more politically informed and active, and doing things that are intended to boost their mood, paying less attention to social media and other sources that tend to bring out emotional reactions. Keep in mind, that's the goal of marketing and media, to get an emotional reaction from you. So while you're hoping to remain informed, you're actually putting yourself right in the line of fire for emotional manipulation. If you're already unhappy with the turnout, then more than likely you're being enraged by paying attention to it. Now, I'll give you a real recommendation here too. If you're really struggling with the outcome, feeling depressed or anxious or otherwise, then please go see someone. I'm a therapist, and I guess you would expect me to say that, but there are pastors, counselors, friends you could talk to. The worst thing you can do here is allow yourself to carry those feelings because they'll eat you up inside. So now it's time to take some action. I'm putting together more videos that contain strategies to help you through this new political era that we're going to be facing. As I put the materials together, I welcome your feedback, your questions, your suggestions, your criticism. I'd like to add as much value here as possible. Because this event has produced some fear in people, some excitement in others, I want you to do two things. First, share this video. Second, get plugged in to directly receive the information by clicking on the link below and add your email to join my email list. You'll get notified of each video that's posted. And the last thing is, try out some of the suggestions. If they help, keep doing them and share them. Seriously, keep doing them and share them. Most people stop doing what works and then they fall back into where they were before and then they say nothing works. I'll have more for you later, but until then, be intentional about your thoughts and your actions in a way that keeps you mentally healthy. I'll see you over there.